Hi, my name is Matt Hodson. I've been vegan since 2008, but I've been eating whole food plant-based or whole food vegan for the past few weeks. And I thought I would make a video making basic black bean burgers because this whole time that I've been on a plant-based diet journey, I've actually have never made, as far as I can remember, I don't think I've ever made bean and grain burgers. I've made raw veggie burgers. I have a video on that from a while ago. I've made falafel burgers where you just take falafel mix and form it in the burgers, but I don't think I've ever actually taken beans and grain and made patties and turned them into burgers. So I thought, hey, I'm a few weeks into whole food plant-based. Now is a good time to start making whole food plant-based bean and grain burgers. So I'm not following any one specific recipe. I'm just kind of taking different from what I've seen from other whole food plant-based sources, and just kind of a basic recipe for making bean and grain burgers. You need a bean. Black bean is very common because it's the color, it's kind of got the right color to replace a burger. You need a grain. So in this video I'm going to use oats. Some recipes call for whole oats, some recipes call for oat flour, where you basically just take whole oats and put them in a grinder or a blender and make your own oat flour. I'm going to use old-fashioned 1-minute cooking oats because they're basically the same thing as rolled oats, they're chopped a lot smaller. And so you need beans, you need a grain, you need a binder. I'm going to use flax egg. It's an egg substitute, just using flax seeds and water. I'll show how to make that. I've actually never made it before. A lot of times when I make recipe videos, it's literally my first time making it. Most of the time, whenever I post a recipe video, not always, but most of the time, a lot of the time, it's my first time making it. So this is my first time making a flaxseed egg, I think. I've soaked flax seeds and made flaxseed crackers, but I don't think I've made flaxseed eggs to use as a binder. And like I said, it's my first time making bean and grain burgers. I've bought bean and grain burgers. Engine 2 at Whole Foods has prepackaged, already made bean burgers, but Whole Foods is a pretty far drive for me. There's a few of them in Indianapolis, but I'm on the complete other side of town, so it's a pretty long drive for me. So probably better to make your own anyway from scratch. And then you need spices. So you need beans, you need grain, you need a binder, and you need spices to give it some flavor. So I'm just going to use basic spices, garlic and onion powder. So I went ahead and got my mise en place ready. Mise en place is where you already have everything ready, or at least, I guess I didn't take the beans out of the can and all that. It's because I got to make the flax egg first, but I got everything together. So I'm going to show my mise en place real quick. All right, I got my mise en place here. Milled flaxseed, quick 1-minute oats, a can of black beans, garlic powder, onion powder, and hamburger toppings. Sliced onion, sliced tomato, and lettuce. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is make a flax egg. And it's called a flax egg because it pretty much can replace an egg in baking or to bind stuff like this. Basically, it's 1 tablespoon of milled flaxseed. So not whole flaxseed, but milled flaxseed. If you soak whole flaxseed, you'll still get that gelatinous texture, but that's more for like flaxseed crackers. From what I've read, the milled flaxseed is what to use for flax egg. So 1 tablespoon milled flaxseed, 2.5 tablespoons water. I think it's better if it's warm water. So I got water right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the milled flaxseed, the water, put it in there, and just give it a stir. And pretty much that needs to sit for, I think, at least 5 minutes until it starts becoming gelatinous. That's what makes it a binder. It gets gelatinous and sticky and holds things together. So I'm just going to set that aside while I move on to the next step. The next step is to prepare the black beans. So I just got a can of no salt added black beans. This is just from Kroger. And I read that it's a good idea to preserve the bean liquid in case you make it too dry. You can add the bean liquid to it to add some liquid to it. And if it's too liquidy, you can add more of the oats to dry it up. So just reserving some of the black bean liquid. Alrighty then, so I got the black bean liquid in there. Gonna go ahead and put the black beans in a bowl. Gonna use a clear bowl so you can see what I'm doing. And one thing with whole food plant-based recipes, especially like forks over knives recipes, I have a certificate in forks over knives cooking. And I noticed that whole food plant-based recipes, especially like forks over knives, involves a lot of smashing beans with a fork. So just going to smash the beans with a fork. And obviously you can use a food processor as well. So just trying to get a good shot of that. I smashed chickpeas with a fork when I made the forks over knives chickpea salad, tuna salad substitute. These black beans are smashing a lot easier than the chickpeas. So basically, just smash it against the side. It doesn't have to be like a really stirred up consistency. I think it's fine to leave, some whole black beans. Yeah, that's pretty smashed up. There's a few whole black beans in there. So next I'm going to add some quick 1-minute oats. So I think I'm going to start out with 1/4 of a cup and then add more if I need to. So as you can see, try to get a shot of that. They're like rolled oats, but they're chopped a lot thinner. That's why they cook faster. So it's going to go ahead and put 1/4 cup of oats in there. It's probably better to start with less than you need than having too much. But like I said before, if you have too much, then that's where the reserve black bean liquid comes in. It actually kind of looks like no-bake cookies. Probably doesn't taste like it though. Oh yeah, see, that's already getting pretty thick there. Maybe just a little bit more. A little bit more. So just to demonstrate this, if I were to put too much in, then you just add a little bit of this back. Instead of using water, you can keep it all black bean-ish. And then if you add too much of that, you can add more of this until you get it pretty firm there. So next I'm going to add the flax egg mixture. And you can see it is gelatinous now. So it's going to put the flax egg in the mixture. maybe could have waited a little longer to make it a little more bindier, but I think that's good enough. See, the black flax seeds kind of go with the black beans. It's kind of like the same color. All right. So last ingredients is the spices. So I'm going to put garlic powder in there, and I think I'm just going to start out with 1 teaspoon. That actually might be too much, I'm not sure. I'll find out when I taste it. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm going to mix it. See, now the spices is where you can really start to get creative. So you can do Mexican spices, you could do Indian spices, you could do Italian spices, Asian spices. You could even add this Trader Joe's umami seasoning. It's like made from mushrooms. I think it has some salt in it though. Umami is kind of that savory flavor. I'm not SOS salt oil, well, I'm oil free, but I'm not salt and sugar free at the moment. And even Forks Over Knives has a little bit of salt, and I think sugar or at least sweetener in some of the recipes. No oil though. So I would probably put some of that umami in here if I was doing a more advanced burger. But if I was avoiding salt 100%, if I was avoiding salt, or in the future if I do avoid salt or eat SOS free, then there's salt substitutes like this Benson's Table Tasty. For some reason, a lot of whole food plant-based sources talk about that Benson's Table Tasty, and I already bought one the last time I tried whole food plant-based last year, and I'm almost done with it, so I bought another one. It's like $10 off Amazon, I think. And there's other salt-free spice blends out there. So I got everything mixed together, and a good thing to do when you're making something from scratch is to taste it. So I'm going to go ahead and taste this and see if I need to adjust anything. It's got a pretty good flavor. I can taste the onion and garlic right away. Not gonna lie, some salt probably would be good. But just for this basic recipe, my first time making this, I'm gonna leave the salt out and salt substitutes out. Some nutritional yeast would probably be good too. So this is what it looks like, all stirred together, and I tasted it, I got it the way I want it. Now I'm going to go ahead and form them into patties. I'm just going to go ahead and use my hands to form them into a patty shape. Just going to take some of the mixture, about the size of the burgers I want. That's a little small. I'm going to go ahead and add some more to it. I think I'm going to do just 2 big burgers. Yeah. So there's one. And there's a second one. Now I read one thing you can do is put the oat flour down, or the oats, and kind of coat the outside of it. But I'm just going to go ahead and keep it like that. So there's the mixture formed in the patties. And next, I read it's a good idea to refrigerate them for 20 or 30 minutes. I guess it just helps it like set up and firm up and get ready to be cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. Alrighty then guys, so it's been 20 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and put the black bean burgers on a George Foreman grill. And This is whole food plant-based, no oil cooking. So I'm not going to use any oil. I'm going to go ahead and try to make them round, more like burgers. Alright, I shaped them a little more round. I'm going to go ahead and close this and let it cook for a few minutes. So instead of using buns, I'm going to use Ezekiel bread. This is the low sodium version. I got a toaster right here. Just going to put them in the toaster. Okay, it's been a few minutes. There's some smoke coming out of the side, so I'm going to go ahead and check them. Oh boy! That wasn't supposed to happen. I think that's why I've seen other people just heat them up in a frying pan. I was going to try to air fry them. Wow. Extra large, flat burgers. Actually, I don't think they're done. They're still pretty soft to the touch, so I'm going to go ahead and let them go a little longer. I thought about maybe taking like this and turning it over and trying to press it down to make them smaller, but I don't know, I might mess them up if I do that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to make this work here. So it's going to take a rubber spatula. Oh yeah, look at that. It's not falling apart or anything. I don't know, that's pretty big. You know what, I'm going to try to do my little idea. Let me go ahead and make sure this one's good. Oh yeah, look. It's totally moving on its own. That's awesome. I was thinking they were going to stick to the George Foreman grill, but I guess not. I guess that is a non-stick surface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bowl, I'm going to put it in the center, like that. I'm just going to press down. I hope this works. And then I guess I'm going to try to... So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a little better. So what I'm going to do is try to just get the sides off like this. And I'll just eat that later. Alrighty then, so there they are. There's the leftover pieces that I cut off. Could actually maybe form that into one and throw it in the air fryer. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. They smell good, so let's see what we got. Oh yeah, see, they're darker now. They're firmer now, they're not as mushy. I'm going to go ahead and say they're done. So I'm going to go ahead and put one on a piece of bread. I'm going to go ahead and use a whole piece of bread out for each side instead of half a piece. And then got some toppings right here. Oh wait, I'm going to put a piece of lettuce down first, then put that on top of the lettuce. There you go. Now tomato and onion. I think I'll go ahead and put some mustard on it too. Alrighty then. I don't like that that one went like that. I'm going to go ahead and have this one be the one that I cover up. And I'm going to make another one and try to make it look better and keep the top piece off for the picture. Alrighty then, check that out. Alright, there they are. My first whole food plant-based black bean burgers. Alrighty then, I'm just going to take a bite. That is good. So it is a little bland, but basically just need to add a lot more spices, maybe a little salt, some whole food plant-based cheese alternative, perhaps, with nutritional yeast. Got this mushroom umami flavor seasoning, and umami adds like a savory flavor. So go ahead and try this open-faced one here. Oh yeah, that is good. The umami really helps. It's got a nice texture. I got the small one here, so little leaf. See a little tomato, a little onion. It's a slider, man. So, like I said, this is basically just a basic bean burger recipe. Little bland, little mushy. Just starting out with this stuff. Have to figure out how to make it taste better. More spices. Maybe cook a little longer. Might try to air fry it. And I know a lot of recipes just call for like heating it on a pan. There's different kind of binders you can use. But yeah, so that's basically it. You take a bean. You can use pretty much any bean as far as I know. Kidney beans, chickpeas, white beans, all kinds of beans. Take a grain, oatmeal or rice, or not oatmeal, oats, rice, quinoa, or make a mixture, throw it in there. Spices. You know what? I am going to put some nutritional yeast on it. Just give it a little cheesy flavor. I love nutritional yeast. I put that on like everything. It's like a vegan cheese powder. Just makes everything taste better. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Plan on posting more recipes. So let's see, I've made stir fry video. I made the chickpea salad video. Now I've made a black bean burger video. So I'm just trying to come up with ideas, looking at whole food plant-based recipe books and blogs and vlogs and other YouTube channels and Forks Over Knives magazine and Dr. Greger's cookbooks and Dr. Esselson's Prevent Reverse Heart Disease book and the Engine 2 books. Engine 2, 7-Day Rescue Diet's a good one. So yeah, just getting started. Plan on posting a lot more videos and documenting my experience with going whole food plant-based. I plan on sticking with it this time and really getting some good results and just hopefully making this the way that I eat from now on. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.